There's a room at the end of the hallway, second door on the left. I haven't opened it in, I don't even know how long now. Years, I reckon. I walk past it every single morning to get to the bathroom, every night before bed, and every time I just keep on walking. My name is Margaret. Margaret Elaine Holloway. I'm 86 years old, and I still can't bring myself to go in there. Not even a little bit. People think when you get to my age, you've gotten your act together, like you've figured the whole dang thing out. They picture old folks as these calm, settled creatures, like we've cracked some code the young ones haven't yet. Honey, I haven't cracked anything. I just have less time left to fake it. That room was my son's room, Daniel. He would have been 61 this past April. I say would have been because we lost him 14 years ago. Heart attack, out of nowhere. The kind where there's zero warning, zero goodbye. You're just standing in your kitchen on some regular old Tuesday and the phone rings, and nothing after that ever looks the same again. His room's been shut tight since the week after the funeral. I kept telling myself I'd go in when I was good and ready. Still waiting on that. He was a quiet kid, not the shy type, just real internal, you know? He kept his stuff close to the chest, had this way of sitting at the dinner table where he'd be right there, totally there, but also kind of checked out somewhere else in his head, thinking hard about something, processing. I used to wonder what was going on up in that brain of his. I didn't ask enough. That's the thing I keep coming back to, sitting here alone in this house that's way too quiet now. I just didn't ask enough. Not 'cause I didn't care. Lord, I cared so much it hurt sometimes just to look at the boy. But I was slammed, busy all the time, and I figured, there's always gonna be another dinner, another Sunday, another slow afternoon where we'd finally just sit down and shoot the breeze, really talk. I remember one time, he was maybe 16, he came dragging himself home from school and just sat down on the back step. Didn't say boo. I could see him through the screen door from the kitchen. His shoulders were doing that thing, that heavy carrying thing a person does when something's gone sideways and they don't know how to start talking about it. I almost went out there. I had my hand right on the screen door handle, and then the pot on the stove started boiling over, and I spun around, and by the time I looked back, he'd gotten up and gone inside. And that whole moment was just gone. Poof. I never found out what was eating at him that afternoon. Not ever. That was 45 years ago, and I still get hung up on it. Marriage does a number on you that nobody gives you a heads up about. Not the rough patches. Everybody and their mama warns you about those. I'm talking about the slow drift. The way two people can be up in the same house for decades and still somehow keep missing each other. My husband, Robert, passed 11 years ago. Emphysema. Real slow, unlike Daniel. We had time to sit with each other near the end, which I'm genuinely thankful for. But even then, even in those last few weeks, there were things we kept dancing around. Stories we'd never swapped. Old hurts we'd never just said out loud. He died not knowing certain things about me, and I let that slide. Not to be mean about it, just out of habit. Out of this unspoken deal we'd worked out over 53 years together, that some doors just stay shut. Robert and I were real good at shutting doors. There was a stretch, Daniel was maybe 10, 11, where Robert and I were going through it. Nothing over the top, no hollering, no drama, just cold. that particular kind of cold that creeps into a house when two people have stopped reaching for each other. I remember Daniel used to hang around in doorways during those months, just kind of hovering right at the edge of whatever room we were in, like he was checking the vibe before deciding whether to come in. Kids pick up on everything, y'all. Everything. And we go around telling ourselves they don't notice a thing. Robert and I found our way back to each other, eventually. We did. But I keep thinking about Daniel standing in those doorways, and I wonder what it felt like to be this little kid in a house where the two people he needed most were off somewhere inside themselves. Totally MIA. Never asked him that one either. There's a photo sitting on the mantle. Daniel at maybe 30. He's cracking up at something off to the side of the camera, full-on, wide-open laughing. That laugh he had where his whole face just changed. I look at that picture and I think, who made him laugh like that? I genuinely don't know. I should know that. A mama ought to know something like that about her own kid, but there are so many plain old regular days I just let slide by without paying close enough attention. And now regular days are the exact thing I'd give anything to get back. People act like regret is this big dramatic thing, like it hits you all at once in some huge moment. It doesn't work like that. It's low-key. It piles up slow. It shows up in small stuff, a screen door handle, a photograph, a room at the end of a hallway you can't bring yourself to walk into. People have straight up told me to donate his things. Friends, his wife, well-meaning folks who think clearing out a space clears out the grief, too. Maybe that works for some people. Good for them, for real. But for me, that room is the last spot in this whole house that still belongs completely to him. His posters are still up on the wall. That old quilt his grandma made him is still folded at the foot of the bed. There's a book on the nightstand. I don't even know the title. I've never gotten close enough to read it. Now, ain't that something? His last book, whatever he was reading right at the end, and I don't even know what it was. My granddaughter came through last spring to visit. She's 24, sharp as a tack, that one. She asked me about Daniel. She was just a little thing when he passed, so she's only got photos and whatever stories people have told her. She asked me what he was like. And I sat there for a minute, really trying to give her a straight-up, honest answer. And I realized I was describing somebody I only half knew. I knew his surface, his routines, his favorites, his laugh. I knew how it filled up a room just by walking into it. But the inside of him, what scared him, what he was really chasing, what he believed in when nobody was watching, I only had bits and pieces of that. I gave her the pieces I had. She deserved the whole thing. He deserved the whole thing. I should have been collecting more of it the whole time while I still had the chance. I'm not laying this out because there's some big takeaway in it. I'm saying it because I'm 86 years old, sitting in a house with a room I still can't walk into. And sometimes just saying a thing out loud makes it feel like it belongs to the world a little bit, instead of just rattling around alone inside you. Maybe next week I'll open that door. I've told myself that before, a bunch of times, and I mean it every single time. But I think what I'm really scared of isn't the grief that's sitting in that room. I think I'm scared of what the room's gonna tell me about all those years I spent being slammed, being wore out, being somewhere else in my head. I'm scared it's just gonna be a room, that all this weight I've loaded onto it, all this meaning, and it'll just be 4 plain walls, an ordinary quilt, and some book I don't recognize on a nightstand. And somehow, that'll be the hardest thing of all. I don't know. I'm just an old woman in a too quiet house trying to work out something I should have started working out a long, long time ago. Not about grief, exactly. About showing up. About the real difference between being in the same room as somebody and actually being with them, like all the way with them. Robert, Daniel, all those doorways and drifted moments and pots boiling over on the stove. I was around for just about all of it. I just wasn't always there, you know? If you've got somebody, some person who hangs around at the edge of a room sometimes, just kind of waiting, just notice that, just the one time. You don't gotta make it a whole thing, just notice. That's really all I came here to say. If this one sat with you, just let it sit. You don't owe anybody a comment, but if something's on your heart, I'm right here. I ain't going anywhere just yet.